friends, it's me, Beth, your favorite trauma-informed intuitive tarot reader, and we are back for our week ahead reading for the week of March 31st to April 6th. No major astrological transits happening this week. There's aspects and conjunctions and squares and trines and all that, but that goes into a lot more detail than what we're going to do here. So I'm just going to go ahead and focus in on the energy that you need to know for this week, just focused on our tarot for the week. I did also create a whole playlist for you for April predictions that includes overall energy for April, romantic love, astrological transits, friends, family, career, money, mind, body, spirit, all the things. Okay, so make sure you catch those. But let's focus in on what you need to know for specifically this week for March 31st to April 6th. Thank you, Spirit. What do my YouTube viewers need to know this week? If you're not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss any of these week ahead videos. I post on Sundays. Okay, this has actually been happening for me. I've been noticing that like it is taking sometimes longer for cards to come out. And I do think that there's something that is shifting in the overall energy. Neptune is moving into Aries. I talked about that in the last reading, the reading for last week, because it moved into Aries on March 30th. Depending on when you're seeing this, it might have just moved into Aries or is still moving in. And there's like gonna be a change in how psychic abilities work and communication with spirit. This is going to be different. So if you have psychic abilities, I know some of you do, you might notice there's a change in that energy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. What else can we expect for March 31st to April 6th? March 31st to April 6th. There's a lot of like checking in on your own inner power. I think that there's some places where you maybe have been taken advantage of and you're being called this week to step more into your power. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm really just getting a lot about like courage under pressure. I see the Strength card as the first card coming out. Strong Leo energy here. I do think the moon actually transits into Leo at some point this week, so that might be significant for some of you. I do see the Justice card as well. And I think this is where I'm also like, yeah, the Justice card, I really feel like here is actually meaning kind of more towards like the legal side of justice here. Okay, this card can have so many different meanings, but I actually do feel like there's maybe something where like I said, you were taken advantage of. You have to kind of like fight for what's right. I actually also feel like there's gonna maybe be some like big court thing that happens this week that is a big deal for the collective. Like we're gonna get some sort of news that's like some sort of court decision that is big, and I don't think it's gonna feel good. I'm sorry to say, with the 5 of Stars, that's more like a global energy. Okay, so you know you're gonna have to make sure that you're keeping in mind, control what you can control, and like the stuff that's happening in the bigger picture outside of your sphere of influence, it's going to still influence you, but don't let that like pull you all the way down. I see the 5 of Stars, so there just might be some places sometime this week that it does feel like you're more in your inner world, and so then it's a reminder that like, okay, but control what you can control. So like while you can't control like a big like government federal court case or something like that, you can control places where maybe you've been taken advantage of. And you can actually step in and fight for what's yours. I feel like especially monetarily. Okay, 9 of Stars. 3 of Wands is here as well as the Hanged Man. So it's like, I do feel like for some of you as well, and this is making me think of the Career and Finances reading that I did for the month of April, where it talked about like, you know, maybe making some changes in that realm. And I feel like that's kind of the energy here. Like you've been maybe sticking to something for a while, Hanged Man, and now it's time for you to have the courage. Again, courage, the big theme this week. Wow. And 7 of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay. So with the 3 of Wands though, courage to like step out of your comfort zone, move forward, fight for something. So maybe for some of you, this is like asking for a raise because you haven't been getting paid as much as you need to. Maybe it's like choosing a different, like career. You're applying for jobs, you're getting courageous and brave in those ways. You're asking for a promotion, you're applying for promotions, you're looking outside of where you normally look for roles and things like that, so that you can be more lucrative with the 9 of stars. The 7 of wands is also like truly knowing your worth. This is also a Leo card. It's Mars and Leo. In fact, Mars is going to transit into Leo this month. So this is also maybe kind of starting to like gear back up towards that energy so that you do feel more braver, and that like you have this inner strength, this inner courage, and you do fight for what you believe in. And it's like every time I start to like focus on personal, then I'm like feeling pulled towards global, or bigger picture. So like, and then when I focus on the bigger picture, it like pulls me back into personal. And so maybe that's also a balance that you're experiencing this week with the Justice card. And maybe that's also like this difference, right? Like this energy feels a lot better than this energy. It's almost like a constant like back and forth energy, and that could also be truly with the fact that we have Mercury is still retrograding, Venus is still retrograding, Neptune is making this huge transit. It's a big transit because Neptune moving into a new sign is a really big deal. We only experience that like every 14 years, and we've never experienced Neptune in Aries in our lifetimes, right? The last time Neptune was in Aries was in the 1800s. So it's like maybe just a lot of like, okay, I feel like I'm understanding this, but like this feels really weird, and it's like this constant like trying to re-navigate energy. But yeah, so I was, talking about how you need to like fight for your own worth in your personal life, but then it's starting to pull me back into like, but you also might need to fight for what you believe in and stand up for what you believe in a bigger picture as well with the 7 of wands. Yeah, and maybe like supporting your community, 3 of cups, and using your gifts in some way that helps the community. I feel like you've been holding back your gifts. This was the Page of Crystals, my bad. And with the 4 of stars, I feel like you've been holding back your gifts. You've been scared to, this is both personally and bigger picture. Okay, I feel like if you're in this collective, because this is not even that big of a collective, I really do feel like this collective, there's a reason that you resonate with me. You have a higher calling, okay? There are times where sometimes we need to kind of like hermit and be in our own energy, but that's not our life's purpose. There are things that we need to do to help, and like there's a reason that our souls chose this time, right? Like this seems like maybe for many of us kind of like a shitty time to be dealing with stuff, right? And this is, our souls chose to come here for a reason. So I feel like there's many people who have been holding back out of fear, 4 of stars. And so this is holding you back both in terms of like a more day-to-day thing. Maybe you're not like going as big or asking for the promotion or all those kinds of things. Maybe it's that, but I also feel like it's like you're not doing as much for your community as you can. And when you use your gifts, instead of holding them tight and holding on to them and yeah, being in this scared space, when you are courageous, Ace of Stars, then more is going to come for you. You're going to manifest more. More opportunities are going to be on the horizon. I saw the 7 of Cups, so that was also options, okay? And then now the 2 of Wands, more opportunities on the horizon for you. So yeah, it's like instead of sticking to the comfortable place that you've been in, it's almost like the opposite of TLC. Like actually go chase some waterfalls. Stop sticking to the, like, I don't even think it's rivers and lakes that you're used to. It's like you're sticking to like little puddles and ponds, okay? And it's like time to step up. Your soul is calling you. Pick up the phone. Your soul is calling. It's time to pick it up. Next level. 6 of Cups, okay? 6 of Crystals, whoa. We're going to something bigger. I feel like this is a big week, Emperor. Oh, your power. Aries energy. The fourth month, it's very literal here. Taking responsibility, using your gifts. You came here for a reason. There's that courage again, Knight of Wands. You came here for a reason. You need to step in to your power and your courage. And I think the fact that the Knight of Wands is back on the bottom of the deck, I think that stealth. Okay. It's time to use your gifts, use your abilities. Be courageous this week. Just start. I think that's really one of the biggest messages. Just start. Take those steps. Personally, professionally, societally. Stop holding yourself back out of fear. Take over your fear. That's the message this week. This is a lot. So let me know how this week goes for you. I always love to hear how these messages resonate. It's okay if you're not like running forward, Knight of Stars. Just start moving forward. Take those courageous steps. You don't need to take every step. Just take a step. Stand up if you've been laying down. Sit up. Make forward movement. Be courageous.